Pranam, Jai Gurudev, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Hari Vitthal. Thank you, Aparna, Akshay, Ankita, and Niveen for having us. And Mohini, yes. Everyone. It's a very auspicious day. Hindi, all right? Hindi okay? Yeah? Akshay, Hindi okay? Yeah?
Hindi? Okay.
चलेगा. Hindi English में भी Hinglish करते हैं. Hindi plus English. Yeah, we'll do Hinglish. Like Hindus, I told you, right? There is a group of people. They call themselves Hindus. They are Jews who follow Hinduism. And I know some, and they call themselves Hindus. So that's a combination of Hinduism and Judaism. Hindus. I say Hinglish करते हैं, Hindi and English today. So आज बहुत ही अच्छा दिन है. I'm sure everyone knows. बड़ी एकादशी है. बड़ी एकादशी है. एकादशी वैसे तो 11वां दिन होता है. तो एस्ट्रल अलाइनमेंट का सिग्निफिकेंस तो है, लेकिन इसमें एक दो बार मैंने अलग से प्रकाश डाला है. व्हाट इज़ द बिग डील अबाउट एकादशी? व्हाई दिस बियॉन्ड ऑब्वियसली द एस्ट्रोलॉजिकल significance? The 11th day, what the name suggests, एकात दशा. एक मतलब एक वन. एक में दशा जब हो जाए, when may I be grounded in the one in many. Like I say sometimes, not to be biased, but the man in the many, or the one in the one in anyone, the one in everyone, the one in same one. And uske one, there is nothing is complete without the one first. In the 10 and the 100 and the 1,000 and the 10,000 and the million, the trillion, it's all zeros, a bunch of zeros without the one in the beginning. So that one, ekat dasha, मतलब उसमें may I be grounded and situated, established. So that is this day, ekadashi. और वैसे भी भगवद गीता के 7वें अध्याय में, हम लोग तो 15वें अध्याय में हैं, ज्ञान विज्ञान योग में भगवान डिस्क्राइब करते हैं भिन्ना प्रकृति रष्ट भूमिरापो अनलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इति यम में भिन्ना प्रकृति रष्ट. दिस इज फ्रॉम द 7th chapter. संस्कृत में कि ये 8-fold इज माई एक्सटर्नल नेचर. एंड देन द 9th one इससे भी सुपीरियर है, कहते हैं जीवात्मा. और फिर 10th one रिकग्नाइजिंग. दशहरे के दिन हुआ था आपके यहाँ, उस दिन कहा था. The 10th one is this, the above them all, जैसे जीवात्मा के साथ 11वां भगवान होता है. जब ये when they all इसमें जब विलीन हो जाए, जैसे like in an estuary a river becomes one with the ocean, ceases to be a river but becomes the ocean, है ना. If I am willing to let go of my riverhood, of my limited finite small form nadi जैसे, then what's at the other end is I get to identify with the mighty big ocean ऐसे. So एकात दशा जब हो जाए. और ये जो आज इतना सुंदर भजन सुना, जय जय राम कृष्ण हरि, एक महाराष्ट्र के कई संतों का ये गुरु मंत्र है. भगवान के नाम तो है ही, लेकिन इसमें सिद्ध मंत्र है. जैसे ये दिस पर्टिकुलर वन तुकाराम महाराज, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट फेमस है ना मराठी संतों में से तुकाराम महाराज जो थे, जिन्होंने हजारों अभंग लिखे थे, thousands of poems. विट्ठल पे, विट्ठल इज कृष्णज मराठी फॉर्म. रुक्मिणी का रुक्माई कहते हैं, माई आई मतलब माँ मराठी में, है ना. तो उनको उनके सपने में गुरु मंत्र मिला था. तुकाराम महाराज का फिजिकल फॉर्म में गुरु नहीं थे, लेकिन सपने में आए थे. तो वो लिखे श्री चैतन्य कृपा अलोलिका, है ना. चैतन्य महाप्रभु ही हैड विजिटेड पंढरपुर ऑल्सो. उनके जो गौरांग महाप्रभु है, वो जो हरे कृष्ण वालों के, उस देयर कंटेम्पररीज उस समय के, उससे उन्हें रामकृष्ण हरि मिला था. और उसके बाद उन्होंने फिर एक बहुत सुंदर बात लिखी थी मराठी में. ये शायद मैंने और एक बार कही है. ये मराठी में उनके आता वेकले जिव्हार, नाउ आई हैव सोल्ड माई टंग टू द लॉर्ड, आई कैन नो लॉन्गर टेक. अब मैं इससे और कुछ नहीं बात कर सकता, बिकॉज ये जिह्वा अभी मेरी नहीं रही. माई टंग नो लॉन्गर बिलोंग्स टू मी. अब तो खाली उसका नाम ही ले सकता मैं. इसलिए फिर उन्होंने उसके बाद अभंग लिखना, और जय जय राम कृष्ण हरि, जय जय राम कृष्ण हरि का जो नाद लगा दिया. तो जो आज हमने भजन कहाँ सुना अभी, है ना, कि अभी इसकी एक ही कीमत रही, इसका एक ही काम रहा कि प्रभु के नाम गुण में. तो बहुत अच्छी शुभ प्रारंभ हुआ है इस दिन का भी, साध संगत का तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा महत्व है. और इस दिन का भी वैसे भी समर सॉल्स्टिस है, द लॉन्गेस्ट डे ऑफ द ईयर. और उस समय भी प्रकाश दिस गिवन द ब्रॉडेस्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रकाश में रहने के लिए। स्पिरिचुअलिटी में सारा महत्व प्रकाश का है ना, प्रकाशवान करने वाला, दिखाई देने वाला, समझने वाला, because light removes all the fears, darkness brings all the fears. So here is an opportunity for the longest time to create this a fearless state होने के लिए, being able to understand. प्रकाश से हमें समझ आती है, समझ से डर जाता है ना, अलग हो जाता है, like we get rid of fear only after we understand what it is. जैसे yesterday Mohini and I were talking when Kanha was little, our son छोटा सा बिल्कुल था, तो उसको अंधेरे का डर लगता था, तो एकदम बाकी एकदम fearless soul, he would jump from the attic on me, लेकिन अंधेरे का डर लगता था, तो उसको धीरे धीरे करके थोड़ा अंधेरे में लेके जा करके उसको dabble करके, and then ultimately I took him to the basement, the darkest pitch dark basement, और वो चिपका हुआ था, दो साल का बच्चा, and then like nothing, ये कोई भूत नहीं है, this is our water heater, ये कोई राक्षस नहीं है, this is just the washer dryer. ऐसे धीरे धीरे he became fearless, and then I had him touch it. Oh Baba, yeah, हाँ हिते water heater है. And then next night when I like bring him every night a little bit, then he would say, oh कहीं नहीं है, कुछ नहीं, he would say it like बीतने out, and then he would go well. So जैसे जैसे समझ आने लग गई है ना, या जैसे जैसे थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रकाश जीवन में आता है, ये जिन बातों से डरते हैं हम, अभी फियर होता है, ऐसा तो नहीं हो जाएगा, वैसा तो नहीं हो जाएगा, what if this, what if that, so many scenarios, so many concocted scenarios. None of them have actually happened, and most of them may never happen, and actually they don't, right? लेकिन जो हम उनमें कल्पना करके रखी है, उनसे जो डर लगता है, simply because we don't know. और प्रकाश का महत्व यही है कि जैसे दिखाई दिया तो उसी जगह पे, अरे ये सांप नहीं, ये तो रस्सी है करके, है ना, that famous Upanishad example. The rope lying outside when I went to throw the trash, there was a big rope, but it looked like a big snake. And the woman is close, shut the door behind. Like, no, there is a big snake, I don't want to go. So I see trash pade rahe, lots of fruit flies in the home. And then the next day, that snake is still there. Now she's laughing, oh my God, that's not a snake, it's a rope. करके तो वो वैसी की वैसी आकृति, लेकिन खाली महत्व किसका था? प्रकाश था, अप्रकाश और अंधेरे का. So this is the power of light. जब दिखाई देता है तो समझ में आता है, जितनी मात्रा में उतनी मात्रा में पता है कि there's nothing to fear. We're not set in fear. We're set in fearlessness. Yeah, we're set in goodness. We're set in truth. We are set in love above all. Truth, goodness, love. That's our dharma. If you want, dharam, Hindu dharma, essentially Sanatan dharam is the original setting of it. The original calibration. What am I made of? What am I set in? Where do I constantly gravitate? What do I like? The most corrupt man wants the most honest accountant. How's that? Right? Like, please, right? अपना सी honest चाहिए, झूठ नहीं बोले, और ये झूठ बोले जा रहा है. Because the default setting is no, honesty, the truth. I want to know the truth. I may lie, but I want to know the truth. करके ना, ऐसे ही goodness, the most hideous person will want good people in his life. And love, जो भी करते हो for the sake of love as well. So that truth, goodness, love, and it's lit by light. And like I was saying, the sunlight lights everything up. God's life lights everything up. Similarly, जिस पर भी प्रकाश पड़ा वो दिखाई देने लगा, जिस पर भी जीवन पड़ा, ये बातें मेरी नहीं है, ये पुरुष सूक्त में, विष्णु सूक्त में बातें आती है, ऐसी बड़ी सुंदर बात, बहुत भव्य दिव्य वर्णन है उसका, beyond I could describe ऐसे. And the glory is that light has fallen on us. That life has fallen in us. Right now, it's lighting us up. Or it's not for us to be afraid. Now, if light has fallen on something, it's not meant for it to be in the dark. I can see it. ऐसे ही. So, and today is that day, summer solstice, the longest day, the longest duration of light to use as much as. So there is symbolism behind it as well. That I would remind you, or apna to hai hi, Ekadashi hai hi, badi Ekadashi. So with that, thank you again, Aparna, for having us. It's great to see you all again. I think we were in one of the verses that is commonly recited Gita का, जो जहाँ पर हम रुके थे 15वें अध्याय में, we're in the 15th chapter, पुरुषोत्तम योग. पुरुष like pur is the dwelling place. Pur में जो ईश है, the God, indwelling God, is Purush. Ud is high, Udittam is the highest, the best, the supreme. Uska yoga is uniting, milan. like how do I connect with the Supreme, the best of the best that is, and that's the name of this chapter. And we're roughly in the middle, about 2/3 in it. उसमें कहा था कि ये जो पेट में जो हम लोग खाते हैं, अहम वैश्वानरो भूत्वा, this is where we'd stop and we'd start today. अहम वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनाम देवमाश्रिता प्राणापान समायुक्त पचामि अन्नम चतुर्विधम. This is describing I am this, I am that, I am in them, I am in this. And he says, even aham vaishvanaro bhutva, Vaishvanar naam ka agni jo hai, the fire of digestion. Agni is fire. Vaishva, the digestive power, the system that's in here. Praninam deham ashrita. Prani, in any animal, any living being, and the tiger just rips apart whatever is fire and eats and is able to digest. और हम लोग कुक करके 8 घंटे 6 घंटे 4 घंटे जो भी कर करके पका के खाते हैं, और चींटी इतना सा खाती है और हाथी इतना बड़ा खाता है. कोई कुछ खाता है, कोई कैसा खाता है, कोई कच्चा खाता है, कोई पका हुआ खाता है, कोई फर्मेंट करके पीता है, कोई और कुछ है ना. तो कैसे कैसे अलग अलग प्रकार से अहम, ही सेज आई एम दैट, टेक्स ऑनरशिप ऑफ इट. देयर इज नो इफ बट्स और देन्स इन द गीता. इट्स वेरी डायरेक्ट, वेरी क्लीन, वेरी क्लियर फॉर दोज हु बिलीव. And again, like I said last time, यहाँ पर the truth is, it's not that I will believe it when I will see it. So, the way this works in spirituality is the exact opposite. You will see it when you believe it. Not to be seen to be believed, but believed to be seen. So, aham vaishvanaro bhutva, in every living creature that consumes food stuff. Which living creature does not consume food stuff? Every living creature. It may be of different kinds, maybe at different times and in different forms. Like in food stuff, every living creature. Aham vaishvano praninam, in every creature. Deham ashritaha, that heat, that enthalpy, energy, like the real, to be technical about it, the enthalpy within. What does that mean? If there is a piece of wood, anything that I take, I'm hesitant to pick this up because this is the Gita, but to be truthful, my body, anything, a piece of wood, log of wood, it doesn't feel like it has any heat in it. है ना, उसमें heat नहीं दिखाई दे, लेकिन इसको जलाए तो इससे अग्नि निकलती है. फायर प्लेस में डालते हैं लकड़ी तो उसको अग्नि दिखती नहीं है, लेकिन उसको जब अग्नि का स्पर्श हो जाता है, कांटेक्ट हो जाता है, उसके अंदर की अग्नि निकलने लगती है. That the energy that's hidden inside in the form of heat is called enthalpy. So it's that really meaning. Deham ashrita, inside every form is that digestive power, and he says, I am that also, or it's sourced in me, because of me, I power that. And this is not a miracle, that achanak, it's not an unexplained scenario. I don't know, whatever I eat, how I'm able to digest. He says, of course you're able to digest, because I've endowed you with. You're endowed, तुमको ये मिला है, ये गिफ्ट मिली है कि जो भी खाओगे उसको पचा पाओगे, है ना. देह प्राणापान समायुक्त पचामि अन्नम चतुर्विधम. Pran or apan, and it is balanced, it is regulated by the inhalation, pran, and apan is exhalation. I keep that in balance, that energy, that enthalpy, through the regulated breath that goes inside and that goes outside. Prana, apana, samayukta. I unite with it. I mix myself up in it. Pran vayu mein. Pran is life, right? Oxygen को again very interesting है कि हमारे संस्कृत भाषा में हजारों वर्ष पहले ऑक्सीजन का नाम ही प्राण रखा है. The oxygen is actually called pran vayu in our language, and pran is life. And now we know that, without oxygen there is no life. Especially during COVID we learned that oxygen no ho to kaise na. Pran apan samayukta, milke, pachami, I digest, annam, food stuff, chaturvidam, 4 kinds of food stuff I digest. And the 4 kinds has been interpreted, vidhi is a process, has been interpreted differently by different translators. We accept them all. I have my own interpretation also with that I will share. So just as some people have said solid khao ya liquid khao ya mixed, रसीला चिकना है ना, like दही वड़े भी उसी में डाल दिया, आलू भुंडा भी उसी में डाल दिया, और कोई एकदम खट्टा बादाम भी उसी में डाल दिया. ये सब इसी खड्डे में डाल दिया. इतना खड्डा होता है, पता है ना. बताया था कितना खाना चाहिए भोजन. ये मुट्ठी में, the size of the fist is the actual pit in the stomach that we should limit ourselves at any one time. अभी होगा इसके बाद भोजन. At any one time, this जिसकी जितनी मुट्ठी है, छोटा नन्ना सा बेबी 1 year old, उसकी छोटी सी मुट्ठी है तो उतना ही खाता है वो, है ना. ये केले का इतना देखिए वो हो जाता है, burp, the baby burps. And a big man can maybe perhaps has a bigger cavity or whatever. So pachami annam chat. So whatever we eat, how first of all how wonderful it is कि एक नली में से सब उधर ही जाते हैं, and it all converts into the red color blood. 7 forms. ये भी हमारे साथ में, it converts into 7 different streams. One and 2 of those we excrete out. जैसे for example, है ना. So actually those are in addition to the 2. जो useful and unuseful food का processing होता है. Whatever I take in, it has some proportion that's useful, some proportion that's not useful. The useful proportion जो है उसको सप्त धातु करते हैं. 7 kinds of streams, let's call it सप्त धातु. और 7 प्रकार के उसके अलग अलग increasing order of significance to sustain life and for intelligence also. जैसे आखिरी वाला जो मज्जा तंत्र में जैसे ब्रेन का जो पावर करता है उसमें भी होता है. और जो बाकी 2 बच जाते हैं then इनका काम नहीं है, तो then roughly 72 hours like generally they're all out करके. I had gone over this, I will not go over this today, maybe there is interest some other time. What are those 7? जैसे मज्जा होती है, some gets converted into skin, muscle power, hair, ऐसे अलग अलग करके, और उसका भी अपना अपना सिग्निफिकेंस है इसमें, लेकिन उसी में सारा समय हो जाएगा इसलिए. But just know that the miracle of the setting miracles that are right here, and we're looking for miracles to happen. ये ऐसा हो जाए, वैसा हो जाए, मेरा नंबर लग गया, वीसा मिल गया, वो whatever. I mean every moment you're never without a miracle. Every moment, not कहाँ ध्यान ही नहीं है ना. Every moment, even if I consider myself the body, the most inferior form of me that I can identify with, this is a sitting, living, walking, breathing miracle right here. And here I'm like running outside waiting for signals and all of that. So some have interpreted Chaturvidam, 4 types of foods as solid, liquid, and like mixed and this, that, chicken, and others have interpreted differently. Vidhi is the process. He says like there are four processes that the food goes through. It gets to be highly technical. I have not studied biology much, so I don't know which 4 processes. Like in stomach, there's 4 stages of processing that food goes through. Chaturvidha is like 4 ways. That's another interpretation. And the more I thought about it, my personal interpretation only, therefore no insistence on it, take it or leave it, no offense, is हमारे शास्त्र में ये भी आता है, इसी गीता में आता है 16-17 चैप्टर में कि 3 प्रकार की we have likes, dislikes. एक सात्विक, राजसिक, तामसिक है ना. 14th चैप्टर से जो शुरू हुआ था कि people like simple food. ऐसा ना, I like something simple. दाल भात खिचड़ी बनाना बहुत हो गया करके अभी आएगा. कोई बोलता है कि आज पनीर नहीं बनाया, पकौड़ा, कड़ी पकौड़ा, ये वो ऐसा मीठा. और कोई लोग एकदम बिल्कुल बहुत ज़्यादा खट्टा, very spicy, very hard, burnt, like unusually graphic sort of food. So जो simple होता है, nourishing होता है, calming होता है, peaceful होता है, उसको सात्विक फूड कहते हैं. और जब मसालेदार होता है, जैसे वो हो जाए तो निकालो ढोल के नाचना शुरू करो, उसकी इच्छा होती है, धबड़ 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 संगीत, हल्दी सब चलो हो जाता है. दैट इज द राजसिक फूड. 10 types of sweets, 5 types of samosa. अभी तो I heard completely different kinds of samosa, like put on its head, like so. और वो राजसिक है. तामसिक is like usually normal people don't eat that kind of food, but it is food. That's tamasik. And then the 4th kind is nishiddha, prohibited. And so for it's not, we're not supposed to eat. A human is not meant for that, they say. So those are the 4 kinds. But if you eat them, the stomach has the ability to, I mean, obviously I'm not talking about anything toxic, but whatever kind, maybe certain types of non-vegetarian food or however you want to think about it. वो निषिद्ध खाने के बाद, we're not designed for that, but the stomach has the ability and the power to digest it and still find nourishment out of it. Take what's good there and sometimes more and less. So ऐसे 4 प्रकार के वो कहते हैं कि मैं हूँ इसलिए वो हो रहा है. So अहम जो हम भोग लगाते हैं तो उसमें एक श्लोक कहा जाता है, अहम वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनाम देहम आश्रिता. That's this श्लोक from the Gita. प्राणापान समायुक्त पचामि अन्नम चतुर्विधम. ना, ये प्राण और अपान जो वायु है इसका भी महत्व होता है. प्राण इज इनहेलेशन, द ब्रेथ दैट आई एम टेकिंग इन. अपान इज द ऑपोजिट, द एक्सहेलेशन. उसके बीच में और 3 वायु होते हैं. Every breath that I take, our scriptures tell us, instantly, as it divides into five winds, five forms of breath. Every breath five. इसलिए जब हम 5 बार पानी घुमाते हैं ना, भोग लगाते हैं, क्या कहते हैं? ओम प्राणाय स्वाहा, अपानाय स्वाहा, व्यानाय स्वाहा, समानाय स्वाहा और उदानाय स्वाहा, है ना? प्राण, अपान, व्यान, समान, उदान स्वाहा. और फिर छठा कहते हैं ओम ब्राह्मणे स्वाहा करके. और फिर जो भी भगवान वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण प्रीति अर्थम, प्रत्यर्थ मतलब for the love of Lord. Preeti is love. I made all this, Prabhu, because I love you. I want you to take it. If भाव अगर न हो, तो mechanically repeating without understanding, it's next to meaningless. है ना? क्योंकि the benefit is Bhagavan, God already knows. It's meant for us. Like what am I saying? It's supposed to start while making. I took a shower because I'm making it for my beloved. I cleaned my kitchen because I'm making it for my beloved. I took the best ingredients, organic hai, dekha hai, because I'm making it for my beloved, the most special person in my life. I'm cooking it really well. I'm making it perfect. I'm following the recipe, this, that. I'm being very careful. I'm not distracted because I'm making it for my most beloved. सब होने के बाद उसका अनुरक्त है, look what I did for you, made for you. इसलिए प्रीति अर्थ है, प्रत्यर्थ है ना, वो जो उसको कंप्रेस किया तो samarpanam, I'm offering it to you. Please take it, and then alone I will take it. So again, the glory is not necessarily of knowing the mantras or being able to exactly say it like that in Sanskrit. All glory is of the how I feel inside. Ultimately, ये गीता भी पढ़ के सोच के अभी 18 अध्याय हो गए, इसका कोई ज़्यादा महत्व नहीं जब तक ये बिहेवियर में शो अप नहीं होगी, है ना? जब तक until I actually become like that. Living जब तक नहीं होती तब तक नहीं है. So it's ultimately before leaving, that is the goal. So प्राण और अपान होता है, उसमें फिर व्यान होता है कि अभी नाक से मैंने लिया, इधर तक गया, इधर ही रुक जाना चाहिए था. वो व्यान मतलब spreads. It spreads very evenly, है ना? Again the physics पढ़ा हो तो the atmospheric pressure को अंदर का pressure balance करता है. अगर if the breath that I took was more than the atmospheric pressure outside, then I would explode. The body would explode essentially, right? Balance नहीं होता. और अगर वो कम होता था जो मैंने अंदर लिया तो the body would implode. मेरा पेट मेरी पीठ को चिपक जाता था. ये सब चपट फ्लैट स्टैनली हो जाता था, है ना? So ऐसा नहीं होता. When each breath that I take manages and maintains that atmospheric balance inside the body, so it stays intact. That's the Vyan. And then the Saman is like the pressure is properly regulated, distributed even in the pinky, and in my head, in my knee, everywhere it is evenly distributed, Saman, like equally distributed where it is needed. So ये 4 हो गए. But because of which the blood यहाँ पर भी अगर if I prick this, it comes out. एकदम नहीं हो जाता, सारा का सारा यहाँ से नहीं निकल गया. And there is a regulation, there is moderation happening, which is balanced by the breath. It's an intelligent layer. It's considered more intelligent than the body. Body is obviously very intelligent, है ना? शरीर को अपने आप कितना करता है. But the breath, प्राणमय शरीर, is considered as more intelligent because it's self-regulating. It has its own, it brings with it its own intelligence. उसको अलग से सिखाना नहीं पड़ता. सांस लेते समय ट्रेनिंग नहीं देना पड़ता, स्कूल में पढ़ाना नहीं पड़ता, बच्चे को बताना नहीं पड़ता ऐसा नहीं ऐसे करना पड़ता है. पार्टी ट्रेन तो करना पड़ता है, ब्रीदिंग ट्रेन नहीं करना पड़ता बच्चे को कि ऐसा करते ऐसा नहीं करते, अपने आप वो सब करने लगते हैं ना. तो that's that. And then उदान is the 5th one. प्राण, अपान, व्यान और समान. These 4 we covered, right? And the उदान वायु is like कुंडलिनी योग जो जानते होगे, in the cavity at the base of the backbone, every backbone, वो जो cavity होती है, it connects all. The spine goes all the way to the right. It connects to the neural center nerves. So जो spinal cord होता है, इडा नाड़ी और पिंगला नाड़ी कहते हैं, दो से, है ना? There are 2 capillaries as if, and the one in between is उसके बीच में जो होती है सुषुम्ना जैसे कहते हैं उसे, like सुषुम्ना is the subtlest, and the life energy, it is called that it's stored in there in the cavity. जो मूलाधार के अंदर 7 चक्रों में से जो मूलाधार, but at the base is the मूलाधार and at the top is the सहस्त्रसार, है ना? It explodes into 1,000 petal rose when that Kundalini Shakti is able to climb, ascend through the different chakras, the solar plexus, Shiv Netri, करते करते सहस्त्रसार में जो पहुँचती है, that's when the moment of self-realization comes, that you see light it's as if it is lit up. But that is coiled up in this, at the base of it, Mooladhar mein. And it's called Udan Vayu. Udan is jumping up. है ना, कहते उड़ान लिया, like flight. The flight लेती उसके तो उड़ान लिया, it took off. So वो उड़ान है, we were praying for that. All this eating and drinking, it's not just for the sake of eating. I am not an animal that I live only to eat. All of this is meant to eventually contribute so that my kundalini may become jagrat, may wake up and may take off, so that I may realize my real nature, that I'm neither the body nor the mind nor the intellect. Pranamay sharir nahi, annamay nahi, manomay nahi, anandamay nahi, like I am the holder of them all. I mean, these are lower, each of them is a session in itself, obviously, as you can imagine. But just to give you a quick summary, ki, why is the Gita so loaded? Like it's called sutra kehte hain na, sutra is a formula. So the literal translation is in mathematics formula, may you input any value, and you get the solution to it. Usko sutra kehte hain na. Aise every verse is a sutra. It just takes a lot into account and then recalculates it and puts out there. Just to showcase that. So the point that I'll make here, and then we'll do one more shlok perhaps, if we have time. I think we do. ये कहते समय there should be less emphasis on am I saying it exactly right? Do I have it memorized? It's good if you do. It's fine if you don't. But the most emphasis should be like, is my heart in it? Period. Is my heart in it? And it's just कहते, am I connecting with God? Or am I just doing the formality? Am I making him or her or it my personal, my God? Or am I leaving it in the temple or in the ashram when I will go visit? Because that is not the truth. There is no shred of truth in it that God is there or here or there. The only truth and the full truth, the complete truth, is that God is right here, right now, in you, right? And you are. And अभी मैंने ध्यान के समय भी कहा था, चिन्मात्रम श्री हरेर अंशम. शास्त्र में कहा था कि every speck of every ray of light, sunshine, has come from the sun. Every photon, gosh, is it not true? Every photon in the cosmos has originated from the sun and has the same qualities as the sun, literally. उसमें जो गुण है उसमें भी. Every drop from the ocean is one with and is from and has the same qualities of the ocean. And so it is with any life that it has. So this chapter really goads us towards that. The concept of really hits hard to constantly pushes us to identify with God. Identify with your oneness with God. The identity with God. We disidentify from our current identity. I'm this limited, I'm a girl, I'm a boy, I'm a man, whatever. Just go rip apart and go to the real nature. So the one other श्लोक, इसको मैं हिंदी में पढ़ के सुनाता हूँ. मैं ही सब प्राणियों के शरीर में स्थिर रहने वाला प्राण और अपान से संयुक्त वैश्वानर अग्नि रूप होकर 4 प्रकार के अन्न को पचाता हूँ. We heard about which 4 types of. And then the 115th is Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishta. This is one of my favorites from this shlok, from this adhyaya. Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyo वेदांत कृत वेद विदेव चाहम. मैं ही सब प्राणियों के हृदय में अंतर्यामी रूप से स्थित हूँ तथा मुझसे ही स्मृति, ज्ञान और अपोहन होता है और सब वेदों द्वारा मैं ही जानने के योग्य हूँ तथा वेदांत का कर्ता और वेदों को जानने वाला भी मैं ही हूँ. It's very beautiful. It's hard to digest, it's hard to accept, but for believers who walked from पहले अध्याय से धीरे धीरे विश्वास जब बढ़ते जाता है, when we start experiencing commensurate to our commitment, हम उतना ही experience करते हैं. It is a perfect accounting system. We receive only exactly that much that we have earned in the spiritual realm. So जितना पढ़ते गए उतना विश्वास बढ़ते गया. So we're in the 15th chapter. Majority of us sitting here who tracked with along are believers. That's our truth, right? By the promise of the Gita is that by the end of the 18th chapter, it's not that now I really believe. I really, really believe in God. जैसे गीता ऐसा नहीं होता, गीता जो पूरी ख़त्म कर ली उसके ये नहीं होता कि मेरा पूरा विश्वास हो गया, आई नो गॉड एग्जिस्ट, आई बिलीव इट। क्या अलग से होता है इसमें, स्पेसिफिकली अर्जुन कहता है स्मृतिर्लब्ध्वा, आई रिमेंबर, स्मृति, इसको स्मृति शास्त्र कहते हैं। देयर इज ओनली वन स्क्रिप्चर इन एंटायर सनातन धर्म, देयर इज थाउजेंड्स ऑफ स्क्रिप्चर्स, देयर इज ओनली वन that is tagged as Smriti Shastra, the one that brings the memory back. Others are Shruti Shastra, sune hue hai, अथवा न्याय शास्त्र मतलब reasoned है, analytically thought out है. But there is one that just reminds you, that's right. I mean, what was I was just all messed up. I completely forgot my identity. I was lost. I completely forgot who I am, where I live, amnesia. I forgot everything. But now suddenly it came back to me. Oh yeah, that's right. I am. So अर्जुन कहता है ना, नष्टो मोह स्मृतिर लब्धा, वो ये नहीं कहता समझ गया, got it, I understood it, I remember. And that's the highest promise that one can, like, you're not going to not only know, understand, but you're going to remember that you are that करके, है ना. So that's, as we progress along the line, we start with the belief and then we get towards remembering. यहाँ पर again God is claiming straight up, sarvasya cha aham. Sarvasya is again in everyone, of everyone, for everyone. The most inclusive concept, the broadest thought possible. God, scripture, religion, however you want to think about it. Sarvasya, period. ऐसे भी नहीं कि सब ह्यूमंस के लिए है, सब इंडियंस के लिए है, सब अर्थ के प्लैनेट के लिए. Sarvasya, just broad brush, anything, anywhere that can be made. Cha aham, I am. Hridhi, sannivishto. Hridhi is in the cavity of the heart. Hriday mein. Hriday, less literally hriday, more so at the core, at the heart of it. When we talk about it, what's at the heart of it? What's in your heart? We don't say what's in the organ called heart, what the heart of what they said. We mean what's the essence of it. No? What's at the core of it? Usme. But also, आता है शिव गीता में कि also in the organ, the cavity of the heart, there is an electric spark that constantly triggers it, that cognition. But more so figuratively here, Hridhi Sannivishta, in the core of everything. Sarva, यहाँ पे animate, inanimate, everything, anything that exists. Nothing exists without a core. It's a very simple, broad brush statement. It is not possible for any object, ना, ये जो कोई भी वस्तु हो इसके बीच में जो सेंटर ऑफ ग्रेविटी कहते हैं, कोर होता है ना, अपने में कोर है, या किसी पेड़ का कोर होता है, प्लैनेट का, अर्थ का कोर है, गैलेक्सी का कोर है, सन का कोर है, जो भी देखते हैं उसमें कोर होता है. उसमें मैं बैठा हूँ, कहते हैं हृदय सन्निविष्ट. आई एम एम्पावरिंग फ्रॉम द कोर ऑफ दैट बीइंग. एनीथिंग दैट एग्जिस्ट, माई इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द एनर्जी इन इट, आई एम्पावर इट. हृदय सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृति ज्ञान अपोहनम च. Through me, by my presence alone, तीन बातें होती है. स्मृति is remembrance, ज्ञान is understanding. Just remembering doesn't help. I remember and understand, but also forgetfulness. This is interesting because it's again includes the full cycle. When you forget something, it's taken away from you. When we die, if the यहाँ के horrible memories, if they were not taken away from us, next life would have been so miserable. In fact, this life would have been a miserable wretch. अगर पिछले जन्मों का सब याद आता होता तो oh my God, अरे रहने के लायक नहीं हो जाते थे, कहाँ जाए करके ना, किसी नरक में जगह नहीं मिलती थी, ऐसे अपने बारे में लगता था. So it's like when appropriate, I bring the memory, and when necessary, I take it away. That's apohan, is forgetfulness. Matta smriti jnana apohanam. So the power to understand, the cognition, is sourced in me, the power to remember it, not just understand, the staying power जो होती है. एक बार समझ गया तो लेकिन अभी तक ध्यान है, जो अनुभव होता है वो पक्का याद में रहता है ना. Experience is hard to forget. पढ़ा लिखा है, you can forget. उनको मिले थे, उनका नाम ये था, उधर उन्होंने ऐसा कहा था, वो भूल सकते, लेकिन जो अनुभव हुआ है, am I right? What you have experienced, not necessarily only heard or seen, it's impossible to forget. It cannot be taken away. But death takes that away also. You know? So any forgetfulness also, and the suggestion there is that there is kripa in it. If it has come from God, it must be good. and right, because again, truth, goodness, and love, the settings of God's world are the original settings. The most everlasting settings are truth, goodness, and love. Not never imperishable है. Truth shall not perish. Goodness shall not perish. जब goodness perish हो जाता है तो प्रलय हो जाता है. Then there's no need for this. All of this, it's taken away. All of this, and love shall never perish. Impossible. So, if something has been taken away, then we have to believe that it's for my well-being. It's for my good. It's right for me. मेरे को अभी समझ रहा नहीं होगा. I may not understand, but there is something good in it करके. So मत्त स्मृति ज्ञान अपोहनम च वेदैश्च सर्वैर अहमेव वेद्यो. सारे वेदों से, वेद means body of knowledge. Anything and everything there is to know, whichever science or art or whichever other form. Ved is not just the 4 books. है ना, वो वेदों की कथा आती है. वेद वो चार कैसे हो गए वेद? और ब्रह्मा जी के शिष्य थे, वो कह रहे थे पीछे, ब्रह्मा जी ने कथा कही, उनके मुनि के ऋषि दिमाग खा रहे थे, वेद पढ़ाओ करके. तो बोले मेरे को सारे वेद नहीं आते, चलो मेरे बाप के पास, पिता के पास चलते. ब्रह्मा जी के पास गए तो ब्रह्मा जी का दिमाग खाने लगे कि वेद पढ़ा, हमको वेद पढ़ना है. ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा कि वेद तो मेरे को भी नहीं आते पूरे. I don't even know how much. In other words, if somebody says, I don't know how much knowledge there is that not a fair statement, right? Who can claim that I have all the knowledge of the world? Maybe of this world, maybe of this planet, but not of Mars, perhaps, or other planets, or anything like that. So, लेकिन तो फिर पीछे ही पड़ गए. तो ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा, ये देख, चल मेरे साथ चल कर गया. And ये कथा आती है. वो बड़ा चमकीला पहाड़ दिखता है, like really light of knowledge shining to infinity. कहते, this is the mountain of knowledge. When am I going to finish reading this and understanding this, all of that? So Brahma says, the creator says, I don't even know how much knowledge there is. नहीं, फिर भी कुछ तो पढ़ा है. तो वो तो वहाँ के नीचे पड़ी हुई मिट्टी लेते हैं. 4 शिष्य आते हैं, तो वो पहाड़ के नीचे फुट हिल्स में डस्ट होती है ना, डर्ट. वो लेके ये तूल है और ये तूल है और ये तूल है, जाओ पढ़ो इसको. वो अभी तक पढ़ रहे हैं. उसके 4 वेद है, ऋग्वेद, सामवेद, यजुर्वेद और अथर्ववेद. इनफैक्ट 3 ही होते, उसका जो बच्चा कुछ नीचे से होता है वो चौथा अथर्ववेद करा दिया. और हम लोग कहते 4 वेद करके. सो वेद का अर्थ होता है द एंटायर बॉडी ऑफ नॉलेज. वेद इज सिंपली नॉलेज, एनी नॉलेज, एनीथिंग. वेद हैज नथिंग टू डू विद द होली बुक और ये वैसे लाइक. पर ऑफ कोर्स ऑल नॉलेज इज सेक्रेड, है ना. नॉलेज इज पावर, knowledge is positive, knowledge is good, knowledge is glorified, knowledge helps, knowledge rescues, है ना. knowledge makes us fearless, है ना. इसलिए knowledge को consider हाई पेडेस्टल पे रखा है. और knowledge इकोनॉमी, इंफॉर्मेशन इकोनॉमी, knowledge जितना होता है उतना ऊपर जाते हैं. इसलिए ब्राह्मण का महत्व ऊपर पहले रहता था, बिकॉज ब्राह्मण लोग सब छोड़ते थे. never possess anything, never want anything, all the time focused on assimilating knowledge. उनका ग्रोथ माइंडसेट खाली नॉलेज का ग्रोथ था. टेरिटोरियल ग्रोथ माइंडसेट नहीं था जो क्षत्रियों का था कि अपना राज्य था. या तो फिर मॉनेटरी ग्रोथ माइंडसेट क्षत्रियों का भी नहीं था, वो वैश्यों का था, है ना. इसलिए जो ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य, उसमें कोई नेगेटिविटी नहीं थी. कास्ट सिस्टम, इसी गीता में भगवान कहते हैं, आई मेड दैट कास्ट सिस्टम. if you follow it right, that's how it is. Actually, there's no fear in him to say कि oh my God, क्या कहेंगे लोग अगर मैंने कास्ट बनाई करके, ना. So वेदैश्च सर्वैर अहम एव वेद्यो. All that body of knowledge, physical knowledge, is meant for you to understand me. Einstein's famous last words, if you look up, that all my life I was simply trying to understand how God thinks. I wasn't trying to figure out this theory or that theory, है ना. So aham eva vedyo, कि I am the object of knowledge, the unity and diversity, the one in the many. How that is to be understood. Vedaischa sarvair aham eva vedyo, vedanta krut veda videva chaham. And I have made all the knowledge, vedanta krut. The creator of knowledge, the knowledge has come from me. Vedanta krut vedeva chaham. And once you understand everything, what you really know is also me. So I'm the creator of knowledge. I am to be known by all the knowledge. And what you know, once you know everything, what you know is me. Later on he says, and I'm standing here right in front of you. What's your problem? Let's see that. Listen to my good advice and align with what I'm saying, just do your task, just do it. Okay, this is all good, this is all right करके. इसलिए जितना जितना विश्वास होगा उतना उतना ये धीरे धीरे करते जाएगा. I think we should stop here today. What time is it? I think 2 o'clock. Good. समय से शुरू हुआ, समय से बंद होते हैं. जय श्री कृष्ण. राम कृष्ण हरि. जय जय राम कृष्ण हरि.